Good morning, friends. What you're seeing here is a lot of activities. I'm half making the beef burgers so that it is easier to do when I come home and I make it for my family. I have already eaten my share yesterday. I was greedy. It smells so delicious. And this is quinoa, a kind of grain which doesn't have any gluten, uh, like rice, doesn't have any gluten. And this is a jumbled up chutney I'm making with almost 10 different vegetables. So this is my prebiotic mix, also my sweet sugary craving. Let's switch off this. And this is my morning butter coffee. From yesterday I started a protocol of 1 meal a day, or OMAD, OMAD, Mondays and Thursdays. And in fact you can also try 2 days a week, just simple intermittent fasting. You don't have to do OMAD, I'm just doing it. But there is so much evidence that practicing intermittent fasting can add many years of joyful life to your lifespan, because the fasting, not starving, fasting, which you all do every night for 6 8 hours when you sleep, gives your body the chance to cleanse itself, because you're always giving body job and work, no holidays, no weekends, body is constantly working. So if you give your gut a rest by not feeding it, not only your gut will get rest, your mind will get rest, and one day you will feel that how much time we are actually thinking about our next food, next meal, next tea, next coffee break, next lunch, next dinner. Suddenly you will feel that you're liberated. But body needs to be always adaptable and flexible. If you do that every day, you might not feel that anymore. And also you want to enjoy life. So twice a week, I decided that I will do uh, fasting, dopamine fast. This is also dopamine fast, because when you give up something for Lent or for Ramadan, for any spiritual reasons, what you actually do, you don't not only give up the earthly pleasure, you also train your monkey brain. So deciding not to eat anything, you can drink, but in extreme fasting, obviously, sometimes you don't need jala upabash, mean it's not even water. But here is a hot climate, you shouldn't do that. In fact, when you drink water, put a pinch of salt in it, because if you are sweating a lot. So it's just from sunrise to sunset, no food, no calories. Now you can have a breakfast in the morning. I don't like that either, so I am not doing it. And yesterday was fine, it was quite busy, I was very energetic, I'm on call in the hospital. But today again I'm not doing it, so body will never know what to expect today. So today I'm taking whey powder and fruit mix and seed mix and blackberries and strawberries and dry mangoes and apricot and whey powder and yogurt. So whenever you eat sugar, which is fruits are sugar, you need to blunt it down with other stuff. And these are my veggie mix, which is avocado, onion rings, what do you call, sun-dried tomato, artichokes, pickled onion, pickled garlics, sprouted moong dal. So all of this is extremely nutritious and extremely tasty, but I'm going to make it more tasty by adding some roasted spiced what do you call, seeds. But only problem is that if I mix it now, the crunchiness will go, so I have to carry it in a separate pot. So I'm getting very interested in stretching, and I'm listening to a lecture. I had many lectures from Mary Bond, who first introduced the concept of pandiculation. Pandiculation is a morning stretch that all cats and dogs do, and apparently a cat will do 50 pandiculation during the course of the day. That's why they're so flexible and agile. Now, sarcopenia, maybe you have heard, like loss of muscle mass. As you grow older, beyond 30s, every year our muscle keeping hormone testosterone will gradually drop a little, and we keep losing muscle little. If you see a man walking when they are 20 years old, the speed and the poise in the gait, and if you see the same man walking when they're 55, the poise is gone, the gait is much more stiff. And that happens because of sarcopenia, loss of muscle mass, because we are not active that much, and also because of lack of loss of flexibility. So doing pandiculation movement, which is basically tai chi type movement, or yoga, which is a static hold. Now there are four types of stretches. I'm not going into details of this. One is called dynamic stretch or ballistic stretch, like you do very use your momentum to do the stretch, yeah. And the other is a PNP, I think it's called PNP stretch, and a static hold. Static hold is the classic stretch, and it's the best value for money, to be honest, to increase your painful range of movement. And this is the classic poses and asanas that we practice in yoga. Very ancient, keep body fit, keep mind fit technology. And this is nothing to do with the Hindu religion. It is just a simple exercise that ancient Hindu rishis and sages devised to keep their mind and body in tune with nature and with God, and with like in harmony. And this is a very simple thing you can do for groin stretch, for ankle stretch, hamstring stretch. And there are many asanas. You don't have to do all you have to do, go into a pose, hold the pose for 30 seconds and relax. And all you need to do, maybe 5 minutes a day. What I tend to do when I'm doing endoscopy, in between, or even sometime as I'm preparing, I'll do my hamstring stretch, my shoulder stretch, so everybody need to kind of try to stand up when they are sitting at the computer, seeing patients in the clinic, or doing some admin work, or talking over phone. Stand up and talk as you are walking. You don't have to be doing restless pacing, but hello, that's my daughter and that's my son. Hello, coffee. You do pandiculation every day, don't you? Yes. And also you have got a tail you can wag. I can't. Yes, Baba. Yeah, have a great day. Anyway, let me finish my talk. So do pandiculation. There are many good stretching videos, different types of stretching. I will try to make a protocol, like a minimum effective dose. What are the minimum stretches that you do? It's like you got a resistance training protocol, like you go to gym twice a week or thrice a week. You don't need to do a lot of gym. All you need is a strong body and good muscle balance. Maximum 3 times a week. I think 2 is good enough. I cannot afford to go to gym more than twice a week. Most of the time it is once a week. Once a week is good enough. If you're dedicated, if you're passionate, don't chit chat during the time. Focus on your exercise. Then at my age, 50 plus, once a week is very good enough. So one form of exercise I mentioned, resistance training. Then there is a flexibility training, which is basically either you do dynamic. Some will like to do dynamic stretch, because like tai chi is a dynamic stretch, because there is a dance element and happiness element. Whereas yoga, you might, if you're not advanced trainee, you might feel a bit, why I'm sitting like this. And martial arts or other form of dance, but whatever dance you do, make sure that you do a lot of difficult balancing act, and understanding where your limbs are in comparison to the midline, height, vertical, gravity. So this basically gives you an awareness of your body in 3 dimension. One sec. Anyway, so I'm going to stop now, but have at least 3 regimen. One is your resistance regime, and the minimum is, I call coffee squat. So when you are drinking your coffee, when the water is heating up, you basically put your 2 hands here and just do a coffee table push up to keep your upper body strength, and then you hold on to it and just sit down and do a coffee table squat for your hip flexibility. Stand all the way down and then stand up. Yeah, so I've seen as the water heats up, I easily can do 15 this and 15 that. So that is built in. Now I don't forget this. So at least every day I'm getting 15 push-up and 15 squats anyway. And I do before work, sometime after work, sometime lunch break, just a small 12-minute run. The problem with us is that sometimes we get very motivated, very inspired because we have spoken to somebody or thought about something, and then we go on a journey like, oh, I'm going to do 2 hours of gym, 5K every other day, and yoga for 1 hour. I'll go to this gym, I'll become a member. This does not work for majority. So keep it simple. If you're doing aerobic, i.e., running, which you can do anywhere, stick to 12 minutes. 12 minutes only. You don't need more than that. So that can be a 6-minute run onto one side and coming back 6 minutes. As simple as that. You spend way more time scrolling Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp or whatnot or YouTube. Don't do this. Don't neglect your health. So 12 minutes, 6 minutes running or walking and coming back, and do a 5 minute of stretching all the major joints. If you put in a comment, I will show you how to do that. And then strengthening minimum the upper segment, which is a push-up. This is way easier to do than your floor push-up, which is way more difficult. And do squat. This is the minimum effective dose to have a pain-free range of movement, strong body, healthy mind, balanced body. I'm going to go now. It's 11 minutes 37 seconds. Enjoy a sunny, partly cloudy Tuesday.